Hey everyone, I'm Freeze Engine and welcome to a quick video about the upcoming game Gotham Knights. Now, earlier this day, they just dropped a new gameplay trailer showcasing gameplay for Nightwing and Red Hood, two playable characters in Gotham Knights. Now, I just wanted to give my quick thoughts about this, since I am a huge fan of these superhero games, especially the Arkham series, and I was kind of skeptical even seeing the first gameplay reveal. I think it's like 1 or 2 years ago. I already thought the game looked kind of rough, and with these RPG elements like player levels and enemy levels and all that, I was really skeptical, but I was still maintaining a healthy amount of hype for this game. And now today I've seen they dropped a new gameplay trailer and thought I'm just gonna give my thoughts and opinions on it. So here we go. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is the combat showcased in this gameplay demo. Now, it really felt kind of slow, sluggish, floaty, and to an extent kind of without the proper impact in my opinion. I mean, just compare this combat footage from Gotham Knights playing as Red Hood.
It has to beat up.
Red Hood can unlock the ability to attach a bomb to thrown opponents, so he can detonate it with a shot later. It's a pretty good time.
To this gameplay footage, also playing as Red Hood in the game Batman Arkham Knight, which is 7 years old, mind you. Do you see the differences between those two games? To me, Gotham Knights kind of looks like a game trying to take the ideas of the Arkham games, but pretending that it's not an Arkham game, and while doing that, not really pulling it off quite well. The animations look stiff and janky, and it definitely needs some polishing. Now, the game is due this October, so they have about 5 months left to polish this game. I really hope they're gonna do it, but I am kind of skeptical, and it's kind of sad to say that out loud. The next thing is the in-game logic, especially with Red Hood. They claim in the gameplay that he's using rubber bullets to abide by the code of Batman to not kill anyone. But then a few seconds later, they showcase one of his special abilities, like the bullet barrage, which has armor-piercing rubber bullets. And as you can see in this footage, it actually goes through the enemy. So is it magical bullets that he obtained during his visit to the Lazarus Pit? I have no idea. It is really kind of strange, and the logic is not really clear to me in this particular nitpick. Another thing I really want to address is the traversal. First of all, let's stay with Red Hood here for a second. He has this double jump mechanic, which I don't mind, but it's kind of a weird choice for this specific character, and they just dub it yeah, he was in the Lazarus Pit, he got resurrected, and that's where he got this power. Now, it's not the first time that the Lazarus Pit has other gifts than just resurrection, but it feels kind of and looks kind of out of place in my personal opinion. Now, Nightwing's traversal is where I see more problems, honestly, because look, you have these very beautiful and well-designed rooftops. You have the mist in between them. It looks very, very inviting for some rooftop parkour and traversal, but then all Nightwing does is this. floating around with this glider and basically passing over all these really incredible looking rooftops. And it's kind of like, I would rather be down there on the rooftops, grappling, maybe given some retractable gliding wings or whatever, stuff we have seen in the comics before. So kind of a weird choice with that glider that just keeps on floating. Now, my next concern is basically several concerns compacted into one, and that is basically the direction of this game. Now, I've said before that the initial gameplay demo we've seen a few years ago, to me, looked not really inviting with its RPG elements and everything. To me, it just doesn't really fit with that kind of game, like this superhero game. That is just my personal opinion. And with that game going down that route with these RPG elements, in my opinion, that sparks the concern of several things. For example, we have this sort of level system. Now, if they kept the leveling system, which I think they did from the initial demo, that could potentially mean enemies being bullet spongy or fist spongy. Basically, you having to take your time to grind and level up, because we have seen that in the new trailer. They have showcased basically costumes and the character sheets where you can actually see that you have a level, and with that also comes stuff like crafting materials for suits, and suits having levels and rarities also, which really, I gotta ask myself, like, how do we obtain these suits then? Are they just random drops from tough enemies, or do we have to grind certain enemy types to get them? Are you seeing like there are several questions being sparked by this sort of gameplay direction? Now, in my opinion, the main problem with all this, it just makes everything overcomplicated, especially crafting materials. In my opinion, if crafting is not needed, for example, like in a survival game or a game where you have to like craft food, shelter, whatever, I think crafting is kind of a misplaced gameplay mechanic. Like, why would I need to gather weird materials to then craft my suit? It just overcomplicates it, in my opinion. Even if we compare it to games like Spider-Man PS4 or PS5, I guess, where we just get suits by doing certain things and completing certain missions. And then we can just use them whenever, wherever, no level gate or anything. So I'm really curious to see how this all actually plays out in Gotham Knights. Now, the last thing about this is also like the mission difficulty, because as we have seen in the new gameplay demo, missions are rated by a difficulty meter. So there can be missions like easy or very easy, or I guess then there must be missions that are also hard and very hard. And my question here is, will we have to grind? Like, for example, there's like a big mission or like a set of missions that you want to do. Do we have to grind our stats and level up our character by doing like random crimes around the city just so we're strong enough to do that? That also sounds to me like very overcomplicating a simple basis of level design and game design, basically. And now the last thing I do want to mention, my last concern, which is just a general opinion of mine, and that is the topic of like pre-order bonuses and exclusive content, because as you've seen, there is a wide array of pre-order or especially like deluxe edition content. For example, if you pre-order, you get a Batbike skin, which can kind of like go into the niche of the whole FOMO train, like fear of missing out. And then we have like the standard edition already costing $70 and the deluxe edition costing $90. You could also, of course, buy the $300 collector's edition, but at least I will not do that. And with this deluxe edition comes some very questionable content. I mean, of course, you get the standard stuff of like exclusive skins, like their Batman Beyond suit style skins, and like a transmog system with a certain set of character designs by Jim Lee. But then there's also like emotes, boosted gear, and the ability to salvage crafting materials. Like, why do we have to hide this behind the deluxe edition DLC? And will this ever be available to people who have not bought the deluxe edition? So, you know, as you've seen, questions over questions. I basically just want to give you all my opinion on this, and I want to, of course, know your opinion about this. So please, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, please let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious to read your comments. Let's just cross our fingers and hope it will not be the next Marvel's Avengers. Now, with that being said, I'm Freeze Engine. I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at around 8 or 9 p.m. Central European Time. If you'd like, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and also consider joining the Discord. With that being said, I hope you all have a nice night, morning, evening, wherever you might be. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you next stream, hopefully. Bye bye!
Xardas. Für Xardas. Macht bedeutet alles. Du hast dich entschieden. Für Xardas. Xardas. Für Xardas.